Convicted cop killer will soon be a free man. There's his picture. His name's Herman Bell. Granted parole after serving nearly 45 years behind bars for the murders of not one, but two NYPD officers back in 1971. In a new op-ed, the widow of NYPD officer Joseph Piagentinen writes, the worst thing about it is that it is setting a precedent. New York City police officers and officers all over this country are walking around with a bullseye on their backs. Joining me now is Diane Piagentine. Thank you so much for being with us, Diane.
Thank you.
This happened back in 1971.
Yes.
How did you find out? Did you get a call or a knock on the door?
I got a knock on the door.
Worst day of your life?
Worst day of my life.
You had two little ones at home.
Yes.
How old were your daughters?
15 months and 3 years.
So what did this man rob your girls and rob you of?
Robbed us of our life. My daughters never got to know their father. He wasn't there when they went to high school. Father-daughter dances. They never got to know him.
And now you have grandchildren.
And I have grandchildren.
Wow.
And with this decision, it's like, how do I tell my grandchildren when they hear about all this?
Did you ever think this would happen?
No, I never in my wildest dreams did I think that they would be let out of prison for what they did.
Why did you write the op-ed?
Because we need to know. We need to know what happened, what they did. We really need to know what they did. The public needs to know that. Police officers are there. My husband took that job to protect and to serve, and he served the community of Harlem. He was in the 3-2 precinct.
You wrote in the op-ed, you said the man who killed your husband, he's getting out of jail. You write, what did Joe get? He's not here. My daughters grew up not knowing their father. They were 15 months and 3 years of age when their dad was killed. I have 2 grandchildren. What do I say to them about this? What do I tell them when they get older and they understand how the system let them down? It's not just our lives. They don't have a grandfather. The system let you down. This
Yes.
parole board appointed by the governor?
Yes.
What is the governor saying about this?
Right now, we haven't had any contact with the governor, and we most likely will within the next few days or week. The PBA is trying everything with this decision to have it rescinded, and we'll see how it goes.
What's happening with our country? It seems that criminals have more rights than innocent tax-paying citizens.
And that's a true statement. That is a true statement, because when you look at this happened in '71. It was the first time in the history of the United States that police officers were ever assassinated. Now you look at today, you look at Ramos and Lee. Look what happened to them.
I know.
And look what happened to Officer Familia. And look at what's happening throughout the country, Texas, where they now walk up to a police officer and they kill them.
It's unbelievable. You wrote about that. You said they have targets on their backs now.
Yes, they do.
What do you say to the police officers that are watching, the men and women in blue, who risk their lives every day to stand up for individuals like this guy?
Right. To continue doing their jobs, to continue protecting and serving, but be aware, be careful. If you're in a patrol car and you're sitting, on a street somewhere, make sure that you're aware that somebody can't come up behind you and shoot you.
It's sad that you even have to give that advice today. You said one of the hardest things that you had to go through was telling your 3-year-old, Daddy is not coming home. I can't imagine what that day was like. What do you want to say to the families that are also in your same position, or that have their loved ones on the streets every day?
Every time a police officer's family loses their husband and their father, it affects me. I know what they're going to go through. I know how they're going to feel when he's not coming home. We used to sit on the stoop and wait for him. So, I know all about that.
What's your message to the man who killed your husband?
I really, at this point, don't have a message. I really don't. My message is this. I would like everybody that is outraged by what has happened to write letters to the governor and to write letters to the 2 commissioners.
Can this be reversed?
We're working on it. Pat Lynch and the PBA is working on that, and we'll see what happens. But from the general public, they need to write to the governor. They need to show that they are outraged with this decision, and also to the two commissioners, Otis Cruz and Carol Shapiro. They need to be written to.
The mayor said he is troubled by this, and the NYPD commissioner sent out a statement and said releasing him from prison is indefensible.
Yes.
So they're on your side.
Yes, and it is. This decision is indefensible. We can't defend what they did. It should never, never have happened. When you kill a police officer, you don't get let out of jail. You're in there for life.
God bless you. God bless your girls and your two grandchildren.
Thank you.